I've just got back from a day trip to Billund in Denmark, the home of Lego, where I went to the Lego house, and most specifically the Lego house shop. And I figured you lot would riot if I didn't make a video showing you everything that I bought while I was there. So I have my my haul here, and I guess we're going to go through it and see exactly what I bought. First thing to probably address is how I got all that back into the country, because I travelled out there with just my backpack. So this is all I travelled out with, because I was only going for the day. I flew out at like 8 AM, flew back at about 8 PM. So I had about 10 hours in Billund, but flew out with just this. This bag I got off of Amazon. I'll put a link down below if anyone wants to get it. It'll probably be an affiliate link, but it is a handy little bag because it folds up to like packable raincoat size, and it is exactly Ryanair carry-on baggage size. So I had that in my bag with the plan to buy exactly the right amount of Lego to fill that up. And then I did. I went to the Lego store first thing, bought exactly enough Lego to fill that, and thought, there you go, job done. And then I proceeded to buy more Lego throughout the day and had to get this big bag onto the plane as well. And the good news is Ryanair let me, and there were no questions asked. I paid for my backpack and my carry-on luggage, and they just let me carry that on, and no one even questioned it. If it had have been questioned, my plan was going to be to tell a little white lie and suggest that I got it from the Lego store at the airport, because Billund Airport does have a Lego store that do give those bags. Obviously, if I'd have then been challenged to show the receipt, I guess I would have had to have done that. Oh, I can't find the receipt. And then they might have questioned why the set was signed. And I could have potentially got myself in a lot of trouble. So I wouldn't recommend doing that. I did notice while I was in the Lego store at the Lego house, they do offer a post to home service. I'm too much of a coward to have asked them how much that would cost. But if you are planning a trip over to Lego house and don't want to risk trying to get a load of stuff back on the plane, that is there as an option. But like I say, I was too much of a coward to ask how much it would cost. But let's go through what I bought, because I know you're all eager to find out. And because I've now moved my little Marvel display from behind me into the new Lego City, I've got room to put it on after I've pulled it out of the box as well. So the big one that caused all the problems is this one. The new T-Rex skeleton set, the skinless T-Rex. And I got this because of the signature that's on it. Unfortunately, carrying it onto a plane, the box did get a little smashed up on the top. It basically went in the overhead compartment, and I think somebody put a big bag on top of it because it was a full flight on the way home. Really inconveniently. On the way, I flew out there with just a backpack, and the flight wasn't even a third full. I had an entire row to myself. There were empty rows. I had my bag on the chair next to me for most of the journey. And then I flew home, and the plane was absolutely rammed, and all the overhead compartments were absolutely packed, almost as if everyone was bringing Lego back with them. And the box did get a little bit creased up, but I think it's still probably displayable. Anna, this is for Anna. Her plan is to build it, but also keep the box and keep the box on display because it is signed by the designer. So a lot of them were signed by the designer. This one says, I wish you a very fun excavation, and it's signed by Benjamin, who is the designer of the set. So lots of them had the designer signature on. Only one of them had this message, and we only found this because I FaceTimed Anna from the Lego house shop, and basically she said, just check all the signatures. So I went through it all, and this one was right at the very back and has this additional message on that says, hi, I'm Jeff. I'm very, very old. I might bite. Be careful. And obviously, as soon as she knew this guy was called Jeff, she wanted Jeff. When I took it to the till, the staff in the store there were like, oh no, somebody found Jeff. Jeff had apparently been sat there for days, and they were just waiting for someone to find Jeff and take him home. But they knew Jeff existed. He was the only Jeff they had. They confirmed he was the only one that got the personalised message. So Jeff now lives with us. So we have Jeff. That is for Anna. Also in this bag, we have a little bit of a box of pick-a-brick that was also selected by Anna. I mentioned I FaceTimed her. The reason I FaceTimed her was because she basically took me through the pick-a-brick and ordered herself a load of botanical stuff. They had a whole botanicals pick-a-brick wall there. So this is just a box. I'm not going to show you it all. It's a box of stuff that was... I basically did what they do in Asda when you do the buy online thing. And she was just telling me, yeah, take a handful of that one, now a handful of that one. And then in addition to the Lego, I also got Anna a couple of packs of spunk because, you know, she likes sweets. I'm going to try and get Anna to try spunk on our next stream. So make sure you watch the streams if you want to see Anna trying spunk. That one, I did use some points on that one. So the pad box was 99 kroner. The T-Rex was 1,949 kroner. The bag was 4 kroner. And then I used some points. So I used... It doesn't say how many points I used, which isn't useful. Basically, my entire bill was 1,633. That was one transaction, which if I check my bank account, I can tell you what that actually translates to, and we can work out if we got a good deal. So, I mean, it's going to be harder to do because I used the points, but you can probably work out some maths from this. So that transaction in pounds was £184.77, and I used some points, so not a particularly useful translation. And I realised as well, I could have claimed the tax back at the airport, but I didn't. And I'll tell you why I didn't. There's 2 reasons why I didn't claim the tax back at the airport. One, I'm a coward and didn't ask. It wasn't offered at the Lego store, and I didn't ask, so I didn't have the stuff done from the Lego store, so I couldn't have done it anyway. I don't think. So I think you have to have the shop get you to fill in a form, and I just didn't ask. And it would be nice for them to offer. I think it would be nice for them to offer. They offer at Disneyland, but they didn't offer, and I'm too much of a coward to ask. But also, I was a little bit concerned that, yes, I might be able to get the Danish tax back, but that might flag me up for paying UK tax, because there's import duty that you have to pay if you bring back, I think it's more than £380 worth of stuff, and I brought back more than £380 worth of stuff. So in my mind, I was like, well, if I don't claim back the Danish tax and I don't pay the English tax, then it balances out. I've paid an amount of tax in the country that I spent the money, and we don't have to get complicated, because I figured if I could have got my Danish tax back, and if that had flagged me up for the UK one, I'd have just given it straight back again. And I pay enough UK tax as is, so I didn't need to pay any more. Let Denmark have some. And then we've got this bag. So this is the bag full of my things. So I did a Minifigure Factory. I've not done Minifigure Factory before, actually. I quite liked it. I got a little Anna made. They didn't have much in the way of the pieces for like the heads and stuff. So Anna's one looks a bit like her. I managed to find short legs, but I just wanted the Lego House printed brick and the Lego House printed exclusive torsos, and I might swap them out for our existing sig figs. My one, they didn't have a head that looked like me at all, or any hair that looked like mine, so my one is absurd. That's me. But at least, again, I've got the printed torso and the printed Lego House brick with my name on, which makes me happy. They were about a tenner each. I don't know if that translates to how much it normally costs in the UK. I also got to bring home a little paper bag full of bricks. These are the bricks from the Mini Chef restaurant that you use to select your dinner. So that's what I had for dinner, that combination off of the menu. So I brought those bricks home as well. You also get your little 6 brick, because you get a unique combination of those 6 bricks, which I think I've got in here somewhere. I'll have to dig that out. There's another receipt there, but I got one of those. They don't actually check you taking them, so I took one of them for me and one for Anna later on. I can't find Anna's one just yet. We will keep searching. I also got some panda licorice. Goodness me, do they love licorice in Denmark. That's also for Anna. And I got Anna the Lego House exclusive keyring as well, which again is another little printed torso. It looks a bit like her. That was my theory, although the legs are a little long because she's only little. I also got myself a pack of pick-a-brick because they had, you can tell I got bored partway through. In fact, I didn't get bored. I started doing this at 20 to 1, and my table at Mini Chef was booked for 1, and it got to 3 minutes to 1, and I was like, right, just put the green plate on top. But underneath the loose green plate, we have loads of these strips of the masonry brick in all the different colours that they had. I've got loads of masonry brick, and also a load of nice, neatly stacked a green plate as well. So this is just full of green plate and various colours of masonry brick, which I figured would be very handy for the Lego City. Both of them, I would happily bring back loads of that. And I think that worked out at about £18 for that. And then we have the exclusive sets. So first up, I got the Lego Architecture Lego House. There were no signed ones of these. I know this was previously available in other Lego stores. It is now a Lego House exclusive. Anna actually got this last year when it was still available in the Lego stores here. And I always said, no, I want to get it from the Lego House. When I go to the Lego House, I'll buy the Lego House Architecture set then. So that's what I did. So got that one for me. I then also got the first one of my signed sets. I managed to get a couple of the exclusives signed. So this is the wooden duck, which has a what's my favourite food? Quackers. I picked the one with my favourite note on it. I think all of the exclusive sets work out at about £70 each, which, considering to buy them on eBay, you're looking at about double that. There's clearly people who just go over there a couple of times a month and buy the 5, because you're allowed 5 of each. I mean, if you were to do a road trip once a month, I'm not suggesting anyone does this, but if you do a road trip once a month, buy 5 of each exclusive, especially with the signatures on if you can get them, and bring them back. If they're £70 each and there's like 6 exclusives, on 5, right, we're doing maths now, so 70 times 5 is what, 140, it's like £350. So if you're selling each one for double the money, £350 for each one of the 6. So you're then getting like, you're making £2,000 profit on that trip. It's not going to cost you £2,000 to do. It's a nice little earner. Just drive over there once a month and then sell them all at eBay or at conventions. I suspect there are people who do it, maybe not once a month, but every now and again, go and do a road trip and absolutely stock up. I also got the new one, the Fabuland one. I know nothing of Fabuland. It was well before my time, but you know me, I like a peculiar looking character, and these were definitely peculiar looking characters. I saw it built there and it looks very, very cool. They didn't have any signed ones, unfortunately, but I like that one very much. And they actually, on the pick-a-brick wall, had a set of instructions and all the parts to make the elephant, not this version of the elephant, but a pick-a-brick version of the elephant. And apparently every quarter through the year, they're going to change which one of the characters is available on the pick-a-brick wall. And also they'll have the corresponding stamps for the Lego passports as well, because I did get my passport stamped. So yeah, you can see that the exclusive stamp, in addition to getting all of the Lego House ones, I mean, imagine having Lego House next to Milton Keynes in your passport. But it's that one, the Fabuland one, that's going to change every quarter. So the guy said, well, I've got to come back every quarter now, haven't I? I was hoping in my new one it would be next to Amsterdam. It's not, it's on a page of its own. So there are my Lego passports up to date. And then I also got the dinosaur one, which I thought had retired. When I went in the shop first thing, this was the only one that was on the shelf, so I bought it thinking it was retired. And then later in the day, 3 more had been put out, so I don't think it is retired. But all the same, I think it's very, very cool. It's a small version of the big model that is in the Lego house, and you've got one that's made of Duplo, one that's made of Lego, one that's made of Technic. And I think the whole concept of that is really, really cool. I don't know that the Duplo one is made of Duplo in this version, but in reality, that's what they are. The Technic one still looks like it's made of Technic, although with some Lego included in there as well. It's a model of the big one. The big ones are made just of the bricks that they're supposed to be made of. And then the one that I wanted most of all, I managed to get signed as well. This was the main event. This was the thing I was mainly there for. The minifigure tribute, little pirate guy. Absolutely love this. Really enjoyed building the race car driver upscale minifig that came out recently. We've also got the other minifig tribute one. So we've got all 3 of the upscaled minifigs. I say all 3. There's the Harry Potter ones as well, but we're not really into them. I feel like upscaled minifigs, though, are going to be a part of our future, and we're probably going to need to get more and more of those and maybe do some custom ones. And oh, there we go. We have my other bag of bricks and my unique combination of bricks as well, which rather than showing it on the card, I downloaded the picture of it, which I can put on screen now. I also downloaded this picture of me as a mosaic, which as part of the wristband. Every time you do an activity, you scan the wristband as you go around the Lego house, and at the end of the day, you can use your own QR code to download all of the stuff that you scanned, which is quite cool as well. But yeah, that's my unique combination of bricks, and that is my bag completely empty. I have a receipt. So for the Lego House exclusives, So this receipt is for the, it is just the Lego House exclusives, including the keyring and the shopping bag. So the Lego House was 449 kroner. The keyring was 60. Fabuland was 649. The Pirate was 599. The Dinosaurs was 749. And the other one, what was the other one? Was 599. I don't know what the other one was. What else did I buy? Does that include my pick-a-brick as well, maybe? Or am I missing something? Oh, no, the duck. Of course, the duck is 599. So all of that in total was 3,109 kroner, which went through my bank account as £351.68. So my little haul of exclusives, £351.68. And again, I could have claimed the tax back. I didn't, but it would have cost me a lot more to buy those sets here, either on eBay or at conventions, and it cost me to buy them there. And I managed to get 2 of them signed as well, which doesn't mean much to me because I throw the boxes away. I might keep the boxes of the signed ones, but I'm definitely going to get the sets out and build them because I want to build them. But yeah, really, really happy with my haul. Really, really enjoyed the trip. Hopefully you've enjoyed the absolute wave of content from Lego House that I've thrown out at you over the last few days. Fingers crossed it does really well, because we're using this as the basis of deciding if we can afford a fancier trip for later in the year, where we are planning on driving over, doing Legoland as well, going to Lalandia, which is like the Centre Parks place that's in Billund, maybe having a day over in Copenhagen so Anna can see the Little Mermaid. We'd quite like to do one of the Insiders tours, but can't afford one of them right now. But yeah, we'd like to do a trip like that later in the year. So we're judging whether it's worth doing that based on how much people have enjoyed these videos. So fingers crossed they've gone down really well, so that we can justify doing an even fancier trip. And of course, if you want to do a fancy trip, there is still the brick prize draws competition that I mentioned a couple of days ago. They were kind enough to sponsor one of the videos on this trip. And yeah, go get involved in that if you want a chance to win the competition, which I'm not allowed to win. I have clarified it since I've been home. But we'll wrap things up there on this one. I need to go and give Anna her panda licorice and the bits that I bought for her, because I've been home nearly 24 hours now and haven't let her have Jeff yet, because I said, well, I need to do a haul video, so she can now have Jeff. But if you have enjoyed the video and this little series of videos about the Billund trip, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for loads more Lego content. And thank you very much for watching.